Hello, grammarians. Today we're going to talk about the three types of verbs: action, linking, and helping verbs. And as you remembered from our verb card, it's red because every sentence needs to have at least one of these three types of verbs in order to be a sentence. So you can see I've added little pictures. This is like the lights, camera, action. So that's showing something we can do for our action verbs. Our linking verbs, I tried to draw a little chain, like they're linked together. And helping, we lend a helping hand, so we have a couple little hands going on right there. The first verb that we're going to look at is action verbs. Action verbs say what the subject of the sentence is physically or mentally doing. Let's take a look at the example. She wondered how her friend was doing. Wondered, that's something that you can do mentally. The next one, the cat sat by the window. Can you sit? If it's something that you can do with action, then it's an action verb. This is the easiest type of verbs that everyone gets really well. The test to see if something's an action verb is that lights, camera, action test. And if you can act out the verb, then it's an action verb. The next type of verb that we're going to look at are linking verbs. Remember, we're thinking about linking, connecting them in a chain, and this is why. Linking verbs link or join the subject of a sentence to a word or phrase that tells more about the subject. Let's look at what that means. Linking verbs can show a state of being. They usually do show a state of being. Here are some common linking verb words. Some common linking verb words are the words is, are, was, were, been, am, are, the phrase can be, could be, had been, the word become, smell, and taste. Now I'll show you why, because we can think, I can smell, that's something I can do, and I can taste, so why are those not action verbs? Well, sometimes they are, but I'll show you how they can be linking. Remember, the linking verb links the subject of the sentence to more information about that subject. Take a look here. The eggs smell bad. The subject of the sentence is the eggs. And what do? They smell bad. Now, I don't mean that they literally can't smell. That's silly. I mean like pewee, they stink. So I'm connecting bad, I'm connecting this adjective, and it's telling us about the eggs. It's linking the subject of the sentence to more information about that subject. The eggs smell bad. Let's take a look at this one. Martin is fond of spicy food. Martin is fond of spicy food. We couldn't say Martin fond of spicy food because that's not a sentence. We need to have a linking verb, a verb that's going to link the subject to the rest of the information about the subject. What is Martin? Martin is fond of spicy food. Is the linking verb in this sentence. Let's take a look at another one. We are happy about the nice weather. We couldn't just say, we happy about the nice weather. That's not a sentence. You need a verb. So we need to link the subject we to the information. We are happy about the nice weather. So we can identify our linking verbs by looking at the subject we, for example, Martin, or the eggs. And we can see, okay, is this word connecting the subject to more information about it? And if it is, then it's linking. We have to make sure that it's not something that we can act out. This is not an action verb. This is just one of those connecting words. It's a link in the chain from the subject to more information about it. And again, here's our list of really common linking verb words. Now let's take a look at the most complicated kind of verb, but I'm confident that you'll get it, grammarians. These are helping verbs, and I like to think that they lend a helping hand. Helping verbs come before the main verb in a sentence. Oh, let's take a look at that again. Helping verbs come before the main verb in a sentence. So in these sentences, there are two verbs actually. Helping verbs give the main verb a clear meaning. But we have to watch out. Helping verbs have some words in common with linking verbs. Also, helping verbs help us think about verb tense. specifically with the verb have. That puts our other verbs in a perfect tense. Now let's take a look, just a second, back at our linking verbs. Notice that when these words are being linking verbs, there's only one verb in the sentence. They're the only verb connecting the subject to the rest of the information. But in helping verb sentences, there's oftentimes two verbs. So, let's take a look here. He is watching a movie. The helping verb is helping make the verb watching more clear in the sentence to have a more precise meaning. We could not say he watching a movie. That is not correct. You need to link that with this verb. He is watching a movie, so the verb is right here is helping the verb watching make sense in the sentence. Let's take a look down here. I have done my homework. Now, this is putting the verb done in its perfect tense. I have done my homework. That means it's already done. Let's take a look here. You will surprise everyone. Surprise is the main verb. That's something you could do. You could pop out and say surprise. And so we're going to see, oh wow, there's this other word that comes right before it that's helping that verb make sense in the sentence. You will surprise everyone. Look at how this helping verb creates the verb tense, so it's a future tense verb now. Let's take a look at another example. She should run faster. I was watching a movie and I said to myself, she should run faster. Oh my goodness. Now, we have the verb run. She run faster. That would not make sense. We need to put in a helping verb. She should run faster. Because there's two verbs in the sentence, and should is helping run make more sense, we can tell that should is the helping verb in this sentence. So let's remember again, we had our three types of verbs that we looked at. Action, they show something you can do. You can do your lights, camera, action test to see if you can act it out. If you can act it out, it's an action verb. You have your linking verbs. There's just one of these in a sentence. It's usually the only verb in the sentence, and it links the subject to more information about the subject. And then you have your helping verbs. These are words that come before the main verb in the sentence. There's usually two verbs in the sentence, and they help that main verb make more sense. They help conjugate the verb and put it in a different tense. Good work, grammarians.